over them like here. We can sit down and actually pick out a few. One of the best footprints that we have on file came from Shenango Valley from a friend of mine, Jamie King, who is also
Oh, yeah.
a host on here. We then have some of the more old school ones like the Shenango Valley Dog Boy. We have
Yeah.
a bunch of other type encounters from that area,
Yeah.
which is pretty gnarly for sure. I did grow up here in New England, but my stepdad was from Honesdale,
Oh,
Pennsylvania.
yeah. Very close. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we went down there a few times. And I remember driving through like the Poconos.
Yeah.
Definitely a ton of open area, but also a ton of dense forest. Who I remember him bringing us down to an area where there were so many deer you could just roll down your window and they'd come up and eat food from you and stuff. And
Yeah.
there was just so many of them. Wouldn't surprise me. There's game sources and things, and it tends to be a correlation in sightings in areas where you have Bigfoot and Dogman. Some people think they might be working together, which I'm not necessarily sold on that, but I do know in India and other areas that primates will steal puppies and also wolf pups and things and raise them,
Sure.
meaning as these monkeys grow older, they now have protection, which also I don't necessarily think Dogman has to be canine, which I'll dive into another episode with you. Yet here, let's say maybe Sasquatch, again, because I am in the side, I don't really dive into it, but I grew up hearing about it, obviously. I feel like there's definitely different layers. You have some primate based activities which solidify primate behavior, yet you also have in other areas where descriptions vary a bit, which I think involves some prehistoric ancestors or relatives of ours, or maybe even Neanderthals. Yet, same thing with now with the Dogman stuff. People say, hey, it has to be canine because of the term. Incorrect. Rest in peace, Linda Godfrey. She even herself said she wishes she didn't necessarily use that term
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
yeah, I have a lot of research supporting that hyenas, baboons are highly involved because a lot of people who aren't familiar with baboons and they had never seen one before, they
Hmm.
have long raccoon-like hands. They have huge incisor canine teeth. They have
Oh,
pointy
absolutely. Yeah. I
ears,
can picture one. Yeah.
large
Yeah.
manes.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they bark, they howl, they run in packs.
Yeah.
Well, I could see some of this all being involved, which is why I wanted to just see your thought on the whole topic before we start